Alright, welcome back everyone, it's Garland here bringing you another Neverwinter video. And today we are going to be discussing the Mod 14 Ravenloft preview. Today I want to talk about the new artifact weapons, the artifact equipment, as well as the Mod 14 gear. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to start off with the new artifact weapons. It appears there's going to be two separate sets. We have the Sunset Weapons, which is going to be item level 520, and the set bonus is going to be your damage and healing are increased by 5%. While in Bovia, your damage resistance and run speed are also increased by 5%. While in Barovia, during Nightfall, all four statistics are going to increase by 10%. Now, this does have a base gear score of 520. However, I believe you're going to be able to restore this weapon, so it may actually go higher. We may be looking at a 530, 540 weapon, which will be the highest in the game at this point. However, most people are not going to like this two-set bonus, unfortunately. I mean, I personally don't like it, but if it is going to go to gear score 540, then the base statistics are going to be the highest in the game, so you're going to have to make the decision on what you're going to want to do personally. I'm not sure exactly where this set is going to be coming from. It just says, obtain this equipment by restoring a shard of the Sun Sword. So not too sure where this is coming. As always, full disclaimer, we are on the preview server right now. Everything is subject to change, so when you're watching this video, by the time Mod 14 goes live on PC on June 26th, things could have changed from this video. The second weapon set is going to be the Visconti Weapons. And it says you're basically going to get this weapon set for free at the beginning of the mod when you finish the tutorial in the mod, it looks like. This equipment can be attained from completing the quest Welcome to Bovia in the Ravenloft campaign. So once you reach a certain point in the campaign, it looks like you're going to get this set. This set isn't too good either, unfortunately. It has a base gear score of 500. And then the set bonus is just 500 defense and 500 movement. So that's going to be the two weapon sets. Now, as I mentioned, I do think the Sunset Weapons are going to be able to be restored sort of like the Mod 11 River District weapons were restored. We do have some reagents that you're going to have to collect. So we have some glowworms, moss, sunstone, and winchwood, and all of them say a reagent required in the restoration of sun weapons. So that leads me to believe that the sun weapons will somehow be modified, thus increasing its overall gear score. Let's go ahead and jump right into the Mod 14 set armor. Now, I believe you're going to get these by trading in seals. So there may be a new sealed with Mod 14. So let's go ahead and look at this. The Barovian Raid is going to be when your health is 50% or more, your crit strike is increased by 1500. When your health is below 50%, your lifesteal is increased by 2000. Has a base of HP, power, crit, defense. All of these set pieces are going to have a similar bonus. I like this set, to be honest, because let's face it, most people are never below 50% HP, so you're always going to get that statistical increase of stats, most likely. So you're going to gain crit, an extra 1500 crit. So the helmet alone is going to have over 3000 crit. This is going to open up a lot of opportunities to go ahead and rearrange your enchantments. Balancing your statistics is going to come into play very much so in Mod 14 once you accumulate the full set of gear. The chest plate is going to be when your health is above 50% or more, your power is increased by 1500. When it's below 50%, your defense is increased by 2000. So that basically means this chest plate is going to have over 4000 power on it. So keep that in consideration when you're thinking of your build and your niche build and however you run your character. This in particular chest plate is going to grant you a lot of power. The arms, when your health is above 50%, your armor penetration is increased by 1500. Otherwise, negative 50% is going to be deflection by 2000. So the base statistics on this is power, crit, defense, but you might as well just toss on the 1500 armor pen as well. So you can kindly see the trend here where you may be rearranging your enchantments all over again because you're going to gain so much statistical value just from your armor now. You may be able to switch out some enchantments and go full power, full radiance, but that's completely up to you and the player themselves. Next up, we have the boots. When your health is 50% or more, your recovery is increased by 1500. Otherwise, your movement is increased by 2k. Power, crit, defense, and then like I said, you might as well just tack on the 1500 as a base stat as well. And then, of course, there is an alternative statistical set as well. So recovery armor pen, power armor pen. So you have, your chest plate, you're either going to go power recovery, power armor pen. The gloves are going to be crit armor pen, and then the boots are power armor pen. So the boots, we got power crit or power armor pen. So there's a lot of opportunities here, like I said, to completely rebalance your stats using this new set of gear. It's unknown at this time if down the road we are going to be able to vivify or upgrade this set as well. That seems like a common trend these days. All the base gear score for this set is going to increase for a total of 530 per piece, which is going to outweigh the Vivified Primal at this point. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the artifacts in the new set. Or the new artifact sets. I'm sorry. So there is 2 new artifacts coming in Mod 14 that we know about currently. One is called Thirst. If we go ahead and look at it, it's going to have HP, power, defense, with a active of lunge forward and deal damage to enemies in a line, dealing X amount of damage and increasing each target's damage taken by 16% for 8 seconds. So it's a sort of like a debuff. When you use this, the target's going to go ahead and take 16% more damage. Now, right now, it's unknown if it only affects you, or is it going to be a team benefit, sort of like the Lantern? So it's a 16% debuff that the target's going to take 16% more damage for 8 seconds. A very strong artifact, not too shabby. Now, this is also part of a 3-piece set. It's going to be the Ravenloft Set, and that set bonus is when you have a shield or temp HP, your power is increased by 1000. Now, me personally, I'm thinking about running this maybe on the Temptation Warlock build for the sheer fact of not only is this artifact a good active artifact because it's going to provide more debuff if it does indeed work for the team, but also with the temp HP, I can respec the Warlock to use the temp HP feat. So that's going to grant me an additional 1000 power as well for a total of 2000 power. So overall, it's not a bad artifact, to be honest. Moving right along, the second artifact coming in Mod 14 is going to be the Terroka deck. Now, this is an interesting one, and it does have an interesting mechanic in it. So, right off the bat, it's going to be 1000 armor pen, 1000 lifesteal, 600 movement. It is part of a set as well. The new mechanism for this particular set is when you cast a damaging AoE, but it only hits one target, the target will take 5% more damage for 5 seconds. Again, it's unknown right now if that's only going to affect you, whether or not it affects the entire team. It's another 5% debuff. And then this artifact in particular has a new mechanism for a active use as well. Pull 3 high cards from the Terraroka deck to select. Selecting a card will cast its power on nearby allies or enemies within 60 feet for 15 seconds. You can learn more about the high card's power in your Terraroka deck box. If you do not select a card in 10 seconds, the deck will be reshuffled, reducing its cooldown time to 30 seconds. Right off the bat, there's many opportunities to use this artifact. First and foremost, if you're going to spam mount powers and stuff like that, then this is automatically saying you can tap this deck and then not select a card, and it's only going to have a 30-second cooldown. Remember, they have nerfed many artifacts in the past because people were abusing them. Well, now they're actually giving you an artifact that you can spam every 30 seconds, and it's working as intended. So, cryptic question mark. I don't know. I mean, you nerfed artifacts in the past because people were abusing them and exploiting them, using, shenanigans with the mount abilities, and now you're actually putting an artifact that you can just simply cast, not use it, and then it has a 30-second cooldown anyway. So I'm kind of at a loss of words for that. But it's an interesting new mechanic. We're going to have to see what the actual high cards are and what their powers are going to be. I mean, this artifact could be extremely overpowered. We just don't know yet. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this and see what the testing is. I mean, as well as the set bonus alone, like I said, it's going to be a 5% debuff as well. Now, whether or not that does work for everyone in the group or if it's just personal, we'll have to wait and see. So those are the new 2 artifacts as well as their 3-piece set bonus. Now, there are new set bonus as well. One of them is going to be the Ravenloft Set, and I believe this is the one with Thirst. So we've already gone over this. So here is the necklace and the belt to go along with the artifact. So you're looking at defense, deflection, AC, and power on the, I believe this is the necklace. And then on the belt, you're looking at 2 strength, 2 constitution, power, crit, armor pen. So not too bad of stats overall, especially for like a Templock Warlock here. So something to consider. Now the next set is the Apocalypse set, and this is going to be the Apocalypse Dagger. That's an old artifact. Well, now it has a 3-piece set. So your 3-piece Apocalypse set, whenever you hit an enemy with a critical attack, the damage the enemy takes will be increased by 1% for 5 seconds, and this can stack up to 5 times. So again, it's another 5% debuff. Now, whether or not that's only going to affect you or is it going to affect the whole team, we're going to have to wait and see. So it looks like the necklace is action point gain, crit recovery, lifesteal. The belt is 2 strength, 2 charisma, power, crit, armor pen. And this is going to go along with, like I said, the Apocalypse Dagger. Another set is going to be the Set of the Dead. And this one is going to be with the Thane Book of the Dead. So we're all familiar with the Thane Book of the Dead. It's an old artifact. Well, now they have given it a 3-piece set as well. And the Set of the Dead. When you dodge, block, sprint, or shadow slip, your power and movement will increase by 5% for 10 seconds. Now, this doesn't say it's internal cooldown. I'm sure there is some kind of internal cooldown. Otherwise, you could just dodge, block, sprint, shadow slip once every 10 seconds and gain that 5% buff. So I like it. We're trying to find a set that's actually, especially for the Warlock in particular, because I do play a Warlock, obviously. We're trying to find something that's going to be better than the Orcus set. Right now, I currently gain anywhere from 8% to 12% DPS with the Orcus set. I don't know if any of these new sets are actually going to outweigh that yet. So we're looking at the necklace of going to be power, crit recovery, and 8 AC. And the belt is going to be HP, intelligence, charisma, power, defense. So not too bad of a set, to be honest. One more set we have is the Vist Ante Set. And I do believe this is going to go with the Terraroka deck. Yes, so we've already gone over the ability on this. It's when you cast a damaging AoE, but it only hits one target, the target will take 5% more damage for 5 seconds. So the necklace is going to be HP, power recovery, action point gain. The belt is going to be strength, dexterity, power crit, movement. And this is the artifact set that's going to go with the Terraroka deck. Now I believe finally on the list here we have the Bloodraven set. Again, it's an old artifact. The Bloodraven Artifact is now getting a 3-piece set as well. So the Bloodraven 3-piece set, when you cast a healing AoE that only hits you or one ally, the target's power and recovery will increase by 5% for 5 seconds. We talked about this during my live stream. If you're a DODC, this might be a pretty decent buffing set for you. You can very easily cast an AoE heal and only hit your 1 DPS guy and give him 5% more power. So the necklace is going to be AC, recovery, defense, deflection, and the belt is going to be wisdom, charisma, crit, recovery, as well as some HP on it. So that covers the new artifacts, the new artifact equipment, the Mod 14 artifact weapon sets, as well as the Mod 14 armor. As always, everything is subject to change. It is very early in the preview. The preview just came out yesterday. I don't know exactly when this video will go live, but we're still very early in the preview right now, so everything is, of course, subject to change. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is going to be the first of a few preview videos, as always. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions or insight or comments, go ahead and leave them below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.